Very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the weekly video again. So as usual, we're going to look at the US market indices and then the various stocks that we are going to look at in the Singapore market. So without further ado, let's take a look with the Dow. So as we mentioned last week that the blockbuster bank result could help the Dow to move higher. And we expected the resistance at 35085 to be broken. But unfortunately, the resistance held resolutely as the market turns their attention towards the economic growth, ignoring the results. So what happened was that it caused the Dow to close at the lower level on Friday, and last night the Dow gapped down and got dumped all the way below its support level at 34129. So this is a seemingly bearish movement, and next we have to look at what will be the Dow movement. Okay, so the potential movement could be a recovery and then holding at the support level, then the rebound happens. Okay, so will the Dow rebound and look at the level that it needs to be bullish is that it needs to, of course, retest 35085. So before it hit 35085, of course, there will be some hurdle. This gap will be a very important gap for the Dow to fill. So if the Dow were to return back to its bullish path, it has to cross back above 34649 and then of course hit back 35085. Now, if the Dow is bearish and is likely to change a trend towards down, right? If it's going to do that, then we are looking at it failing to cross 34531 to 34649 level, and a pullback to form a lower high. So next will be the support level, which is this low. So if we rebound as what the future suggests tonight, if rebound and back to this 34531 level, then we have to look at whether it can break above this level. If failure to do so, then the next crucial level to look at is 33726. So once it breaks below this level, it may continue lower, and the next crucial support will be 33271. And of course, that may trigger a downward movement. So we have to monitor the Dow for the next few days. NASDAQ 100, we are looking at NASDAQ gapping down similar to the Dow. And we have a white candle here. This is a consolidation as it managed to close at its support level. So the next immediate thing for the NASDAQ is to fill up the gap in order to be bullish again and then retest back its resistance at 15007. Okay, so the results of the company should be good, and then usually during this month should be able to help the market to go up. But unfortunately, the bigger picture has taken over the sentiment, and it causes the S&P 500 to crash all the way down to test its support level at 4255. So we can see that the support held very well as it attempted to break down from it, but it managed to recover to close at this level. So for the S&P 500, it is very important for the index to close up this gap in order to return to its bullishness. Now, remember last time we set a target at 4414, and before this target, now we have a new resistance at 4390. So we got to clear off this resistance in order to move higher. So let's see how the Dow and the US market will perform the next 2 days. Moving to the STI, we are looking at the STI possibly testing the resistance, or rather the support level at this 3096 or 3087 support level. Okay, so if this support can hold, there might be a chance for the index to rebound up higher. Okay, so let's see where the STI will land on Wednesday. So of course, there might be still a possibility that if the Dow were to close up strongly, the STI were to follow suit and then ignore the selling on Monday night. So let's hope that we have the best of both worlds where the Dow recovered and the STI can recover. Let's move to the individual stocks to look at what are the possible movement from the individual stocks. Now, start off with the banks. We are looking at the DBS holding at the support level at 29.48 thereabouts. Okay, it's about 29.48 to 29.51. Now, if we are looking at the bullish counter, we need DBS to at least go back to 29.88 tomorrow, okay, on Wednesday, and then continue higher to retest 30.5. Now, failure to do so, of course, the 100-day MA becomes a very crucial support, as it may confluence with this horizontal support at 2918. So this is a major support that we want to look out for going forward if the counter refused to move higher. Instead, it got dumped lower. So the important support level has to hold in order to keep DBS in the sideways range. OCBC, we are looking at it sitting at this 100-day MA support, okay, and just below its 20-day MA. So we can see that this counter has the potential of moving sideways with same high sighted, and then we have the same low as well. So if tomorrow the market follow up on the Dow bearishness, we may start to see OCBC retest support level at 11.72 at the start. Then after that, if there is some positive sign, there might be some rebound. Okay, or even better is that it doesn't test this support level, it straight away rebound above $12, then it can move up to 12.20. Okay, so let's see where the market would move tomorrow. UOB, we are looking at it also sitting at the 100-day MA. So you realize that all the banks are having almost the same type of chart where they are moving in a consolidated manner where the same high, almost the same high and almost the same low is spotted. So, so here we are looking at a sideways consolidation leading to towards its result, and then once the result is very strong, then this is where we can start to see more positive front from the banks. So for the time being, we really got to look out for the next sign where you can see that UOB failed to clear its result in 26.38, and then it kept down. No doubt a good closing, a good candle, but then it's still inconclusive as yet. Okay, so the best takeaway is that we can see UOB tomorrow close above 26, then we can see more potential upside. But then if it doesn't, then of course the support level at 25.40 is very crucial for this counter. Let's move on to the tech counters. We have AEM. So as promised, we have seen the counter tested its resistance around 417. Okay, and it, as usual, failed to clear this resistance resolutely, and we see a selling on Monday, a gap down and due to come selling. So what could be happen to this counter is that if this counter continues selling, the 20-day MA will be a important level for us to watch, because once the counter touch that level and rebound from there, there might be a chance for it to recover and retest back 417. Okay, so let's see how low it will go. UMS, what we are looking at is that the uptrend remains intact despite the sell-off on Monday. So AEM, the uptrend still remains strong. We just need to see that whether it can hold at the support level and rebound from there. Of course, the next step is to retest its resistance. So we can see UMS have some selling, and the support level to look out for is around 154, and a rebound from there will trigger a nice continuation of uptrend. Franken, the counter is still unable to resume back its uptrend, as the strong rebound on this white candle, okay, did not lead to a continuous upward movement, especially when you see the counter had a 2-day of selling, and the counter has fallen back below its 20-day MA. So these signs are usually some signs of weakness, especially if this counter retests this low at 176. Okay. Now, if this counter come down and break below 176, of course, we may experience some form of selling before it recover and rebound higher. Of course, vice versa, if this counter can hit back above 185, then it can negate all the bearish momentum and then push itself higher towards its resistance at 192. Okay, so we shall see where the counter is going to hit to. ISDN, the selling on this particular day has led to a potential change in trend, right? Very similar to Franken. Okay, so we are looking at the lower high. Franken also have a lower high, so to speak. So just to share with you this. So we have ISDN in the very precarious level, where we are looking at the if we retest this support level at 71, then we may experience some downside, especially when we break down from it. Okay. Now, if we can recover, of course, the uptrend will continue, and the target to hit is 78. So what we want to see is that, right, these two levels, hopefully one doesn't get tested, one get tested. So if ISDN can break out to test 78, then we can start to see the uptrend resume. But by looking at the chart formation, the chances seemingly low. Hopefully it doesn't break below 71, consolidate, and then build its strength towards 78. Okay, so hopefully it can hold at 71, build its strength, consolidate, and then move towards 78. Nano firm has been very strong. As I mentioned last week, I mentioned that this is a very nice support level to look at. Okay, at this previous resistance, which is around 561. Okay, we can see that this counter tests this support level and rebounds strongly. The news has it is that they set up a new entity with Temasek for the hydrogen economy, and that explains why Nano firm has been very bullish. And and I've also posted in my email on Nano firm when the trading opportunity arises here. This is a signal, a doji, and this doji is a sign of confirming the support. And having a white candle confirmation gives the bull a strong reason for it to push up and break up. Now on Monday, we see some selling. The good thing is that the volume isn't that strong. So next is that we want to look at potentially more consolidation, maybe 1 or 2 more days. Then a breakout, a subsequent breakout would help this counter to move even higher. So where will be the next target? Because this counter is right now at the all-time high, if I were to judge by how it moves after the breakout, and then followed by a pullback. So let's target at this. If this counter continue to move higher, 670 will be the next target. So a low volume sell off or low volume selling can help this counter gather more strength to break up and then hit towards the next level at 670. KN Dental, we see this counter rebound from its 20-day MA. The closing is relatively good, but lament that this long upper shadow suggests a little bit of uncertainty, but overall, this counter's trend remains intact. We are looking at the counter continuously move higher, and then we want it to close above to 825. Then thereafter, it may break out above 85 resistance. Then we can sort of like project it towards the next level around 93. Okay, so if the uptrend were to continue, the volume is good, the MACD is nice, the stochastics is turning, so there is a very strong chance for Pure Dental to continue move up. CapitaLand, as last week I mentioned that I'm still very positive about this counter. The deal is still on. The news is out. CapitaLand is going to hold the AGM for the shareholder to vote on the 10th of August, and those having CapitaLand, congratulations. Let's watch out 391. This resistance, once it clears this resistance, of course the deal is valued at 410, and if the market is very positive about this deal, of course we may see ourselves looking at 410 for CapitaLand. Okay, so stay tuned and hold on to this counter. iFast, we are looking at iFast breaking out strongly over here, and then at 3 consecutive days of pulling back with declining volume. So this forms a flat pattern, and what we are looking at is that if this counter can rebound back above 922 with a surge in volume around maybe I'm looking at 1 million volume, then we may potentially see more upward movement with a target price of let's see, let's project to this level 1034. So hopefully the strong rebound happens, surge in volume, then we can see a more upward movement going forward. Del Monte Pac, this counter has pulled back from the high, and its support level is around this range, around 4.2 and 4.15. So if this counter holds at this support level and forms some form of doji like nano firm, then we can look at entry, and then the counter may continue to move up towards its next resistance at 4.6 or even higher. Okay, so pay attention to this counter going forward. APAC, we see strong rally over here, and then followed by 2 consecutive days of selling with declining volume. So watch for the counter to test support level around here, 78575, to give us some sign of rebound or signals to tell us that the uptrend is likely to continue. Now, of course, the last time we had a very nice ride with APAC over here, and then this low was not anticipated because I was expecting a much lower or better sign, but in fact the counter was so impatient that it straight away rebound and then break out already. So hopefully this time around it can give us some more signals, and then a better signals for us to get into the counter again. Similarly to Prodnex, we had a very nice run over here, and then the counter was impatient, rallied all the way up towards the high of 220, and then there was some selling on Monday. So this selling is okay because the volume isn't that high, and then we can ambush this counter around this level. So let's see whether this counter will retest this 188 or 196 level. Then hopefully again, like APAC, form a very nice signals, like over here it consolidated before it break up. So let's hope that it can have a good consolidation. Okay, so with this it ends my video. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and then I'll see you next week. For the rest of the week, please take care. The cases are rising, so try not to run around. Okay, so stay safe, and I'll see you next week.